You are doing it right now, aren't you? Swiping on that tiny tube of lip balm for the 10th time today, hoping for a few minutes of relief. I spent years stashing these tubes in my car, my desk, and every jacket pocket I owned. But despite the constant application, my lips remained tight, peeling, and raw. What I finally discovered reveals a physiological flaw in our daily routines, one that explains why your lips never actually seem to heal. The central paradox of the beauty industry is that the product designed to treat dry lips often facilitates the destruction of the skin barrier. It provides a glossy, comforting shield for about 20 minutes. But beneath that surface, the formula is actively interfering with your lips' natural ability to retain moisture. You are essentially paying for a temporary seal that creates a long-term dependency. To understand why, we have to look at the anatomy. This cross-section compares the skin on your cheek to the skin on your lips. On the left, you see sebaceous glands, tiny factories that pump out natural oils to keep your face hydrated. On the right, the lip tissue is entirely devoid of these glands. Your lips have no internal mechanism to grease themselves. They are completely reliant on the moisture levels within the deeper layers of your body. When you apply a standard daytime balm, you are coating this glandless tissue in heavy waxes, like beeswax or paraffin. Because the lips lack those natural oils to integrate the product, the wax sits entirely on the surface. It creates a physical wall that ignores the underlying cellular damage, offering the sensation of hydration without delivering any actual water to the cells. The danger arrives the moment that wax layer wears off. Whether you eat, drink, or talk, the seal eventually breaks. Because the skin beneath hasn't actually been repaired, the moisture trapped in the deeper tissue is suddenly exposed. It begins to evaporate into the air at an accelerated rate. This creates a rebound effect. The rapid loss of water causes the skin to contract and sting, which signals your brain to apply more balm. You get a few minutes of relief, the wax wears off, and the dehydration deepens. You aren't fixing the problem. You are trapped in a loop where the cure is the very thing driving the next round of irritation. Look at your own habits. Do you feel a sense of urgency when you realize you've misplaced your lip balm? That tight, burning sensation that interrupts your day is the biological result of this cycle. You are managing symptoms instead of addressing the structural cause of the dryness. Chronic peeling isn't a sign that you need a stronger chapstick. It is the result of using a superficial daytime fix to solve a structural, biological problem. To break the cycle, we have to move away from these temporary wax barriers and adopt a method that focuses on internal repair. During the day, your mouth is a high-friction environment. Cellular repair is nearly impossible while you are speaking, eating, and exposing yourself to the elements. The only window for deep structural recovery is the 8-hour period while you sleep, when the skin is at rest and the body's repair mechanisms are most active. The overnight lip mask is a specialized occlusive tool designed to facilitate this repair. Unlike daytime balms, it is formulated to stay in place for hours, creating a controlled environment for the skin to rebuild itself. When I transitioned from constant daytime application to this specific nighttime protocol, the texture of my skin changed within a week, but the results depend on a precise 3-step application. Step 1 is the removal of the day. You must cleanse the lips to strip away any residual wax or debris. If you apply a treatment over a layer of daytime balm, the active ingredients will never reach the skin. You need a bare cellular surface for the protocol to work. Step 2 involves introducing the moisture you intend to trap. Because the mask is an occlusive, it only seals in what is already there. Applying it to bone-dry lips is ineffective. You should apply the mask while the skin is still slightly damp from your evening routine, providing the water molecules the skin needs to rehydrate. Step 3 is the application of the mask itself. This creates an occlusive seal, as seen in this diagram. The mask forms a dense shield that prevents any water from escaping into the room. It locks that moisture downward into the lipid barrier, forcing the tissue to absorb the hydration over the course of several hours. As you move through your sleep cycle, the body uses this trapped moisture to rebuild the cellular wall. Without the interference of wind, talking, or the wipe and reapply cycle of daytime balms, the skin has the stability it needs to close the microscopic cracks in the barrier. True hydration is a slow process of structural repair.
quick fixes don't work because biology requires time and occlusion to heal. By providing these 8 hours of uninterrupted protection, you render the constant daytime search for lip balm unnecessary. However, this protocol is easily neutralized by a few common mistakes. If you apply the mask incorrectly, you are simply wasting the product and leaving your lips vulnerable to more peeling. The most common error is licking your lips immediately before application. Human saliva contains digestive enzymes. If you lick your lips and then seal those enzymes under a heavy mask, you are essentially trapping a corrosive substance against your skin for 8 hours, which leads to increased inflammation. Second, be wary of overnight products that contain chemical exfoliants like salicylic acid. While exfoliation has its place, trapping an acid under a heavy occlusive seal can cause severe irritation. Your overnight mask should be focused on barrier support, not peeling away skin cells. Finally, many people apply too thin of a layer. To create a functioning occlusive seal that lasts until morning, you need a substantial amount of product. A thin layer will simply rub off on your pillow within the first hour, leaving your lips exposed for the rest of the night. I'm curious to see which products haven't worked for you. Comment below with the lip balm or mask that you found most disappointing. If this breakdown of the science is helping you, please like the video and subscribe for more evidence-based beauty protocols. Even a high-quality mask is ineffective if it's used with the same rushed habits we use for chapstick. Success requires a shift in how you view the timing of your skincare. This graph illustrates the realistic timeline for recovery. While you will feel a difference after the first night, the structural lipid barrier takes about 7 days to fully stabilize. You are looking for that steady green line of compounding strength, rather than the erratic spikes and crashes associated with daily wax-based balms. To maintain this new barrier, there is one final step you must take every morning. If you ignore this, the mask's benefits will be hidden under a layer of softened, dead tissue that can lead to further peeling. In the morning, use a soft, warm towel to gently buff the surface of your lips. The overnight hydration has loosened the dead skin cells that were previously stuck. This motion lifts away the debris, allowing the healthy, repaired skin underneath to function properly without being suffocated by old tissue. This routine stops the cycle of midday cracking and the visible peeling that often causes self-consciousness in social settings. Instead of constantly worrying about where your lip balm is, your skin remains resilient enough to handle the day's activities on its own. The path to healthy lips requires moving past the daytime trap. Stop relying on superficial waxes and prioritize nocturnal repair. You choose to work with your body's natural rhythm rather than against it. Ending this dependency restores the lip's natural barrier, ending the constant search for a tube of balm and the distraction of persistent physical discomfort. If you're ready to look at the science behind your beauty routine, subscribe to the channel and share your results in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.